Hey, so here's a quick tutorial on how to do a deadlift properly to make sure that you get the most out of it and you also don't hurt yourself. So the first thing is you need to find which position is most comfortable for you. So there's two types of deadlifts. There's one where it's a sumo deadlift and it'll look something like this, where you pull, finish at the top. Then there's also a conventional deadlift, and that conventional is where your feet are about shoulder width apart and it'll look something kind of like that. So really the way you find out kind of which one feels most comfortable is you just pretty much have to try it out and see which one you like better. So usually I recommend starting off with the sumo because what it is a little bit less stress on the back. It's kind of more squatty and most of the time it's easy for people to get into. So we'll start off our tutorial on the sumo. So when you do the sumo, we want to start from the bottom up. So we look at the feet. So the way the feet are set is, it's really a personal preference. So I first like to line up with the ring. The first ring that's on the barbell, I like to put my ankle about where that is and kind of point my foot out to the side. Same thing on this side. And I'm actually pretty close to the bar. Now, next thing is looking at the knees. I want to make sure that my knees are kind of in line with my toes. So they shouldn't be pointed straight ahead. They shouldn't be too far out. You want them straight in line with the toes. Now, the hips, you always want the hips to be below the shoulders. So when I sit back, I want to make sure that my hips never go here. So I want them to sit below. And also, you want to make sure your hips stay above your knees. So you should kind of look like this when you're in this position. So we got the feet, knees, hips, and now we want to look at the shoulders. What do you do with those shoulders? When you're down here and you're grabbing the bar, you want to make sure that you actually retract your shoulder blades and just think about getting your shoulders away from your ears. So shoulders away from the ears, that's going to protect your neck and make sure that you're not creating any tightness up there. So we sit into this, we make sure the shoulders are away from the ear. And next thing you're going to do is you're going to pull up on the bar. This is called pulling the slack out of the bar. And you'll hear a little cling noise when you do this too. So listen. And that's what you want to hear. So you want to hear that cling before you pull. What that's going to do is that's going to create enough stiffness and tightness in your core. Whenever you don't do that, you'll see this. And your body's not prepared to lift the weight up. So make sure that you pull up on the bar, pull the slack out of the bar before you pull. And the last and final step here is you want to make sure you push through the ground. So I'll go through those steps again. Line up the feet. First, line on the barbell, you want to be there. Your knees are in line with your toes. Your hips are below your shoulders and above your knees, so you're almost going to just sit back here. And then your shoulders, you want to make sure they're away from the ears. You're in a great position here. You want to make sure you pull up on the bar and then push through your feet. This is the last one. Push through the feet and go up tall. Don't think about pulling the bar up. Think about pushing the bar away. And remember, and I guess this is really the last thing, is extra credit, is you want to make sure that your head is in a good position. So don't kind of go too far up here. Really the key is with your head position is you want to make sure that your head is in line with your body. So let's say you're doing a conventional deadlift, you want to make sure that you're not like this looking up. Because really, that's just creating a lot of unnecessary strain. So make sure that your head is in a good position. So let's look at this from the side, and I'll go through those steps again. So we look at the feet, we line it up, right? Our knees in line with our toes. We sit our butt back and our hips are above our knees and below our shoulders. We're grabbing the bar, we're making sure that our shoulders are away from the ear, okay? We pull the slack out and we push through the ground and finish. And we finish just like that. Now the way you finish, and this is an important part, is you want to make sure you're almost thinking like you're doing an RDL. An RDL is pretty much where you keep the bar close and you get out to your knees, and then you come up. So think RDL when you go down. Once you get past your knees, you can kind of just guide it down. You don't have to do more bending in your hip. So look at it. So you're here, you're setting up, you got everything right, pull the slack out, push through your legs, your head is in a good position. You finish by bending the butt back, almost sliding this down your leg. Once you get to your knee, you drop. So if you're doing some type of eccentric or you're focusing on the negative part of this exercise, that would be the part you're focusing on. So you'll be going down slow, 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 and then you would drop. All right? So I hope that helps.